Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm doing my quarter 2 wrap up and quarter 3 reading goals. So I am getting over the flu, so I apologize if I sound a bit nasally, any weird cuts that I need to cut out, coughs because I still have a cough, and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to talk today about how my reading's been going this year and what I'm planning for the next 3 months. Keeping this pretty low-key, chill. Got a cup of tea, grab yourself one. I have a French Earl Grey just to be a little bit fancy today. And we're going to jump in. So, quarter 2, how did we do? First, let's talk about my goals that I set for quarter 2 and the stats where I'm sitting. So, first thing I did was to drop my reading goal to 50. I think it was originally either a 80 or 100. That became pretty obvious that I was not going to hit it. It's fine. So I did that. This immediately felt like a weight off my shoulders of just like, sure, just felt within my reach a little bit more, which is really nice. I like having goals that I can actually reach. So that did mean that by the end of quarter 2, I should have read 25 books in total. I was at 22, so really close, and honestly, not even mad at that. I did have a month there, I think, where I read 1 book, so I was happy with 22. I was pretty close, right? Next goal was just a short little one for that quarter, which was for Eurovision-a-thon. I wanted to read 3 new countries. I read two new countries, which was really good. I'm really happy with that. I had kind of a slow start to the readathon and then it picked up in the second half, but I just ran out of time, which is, it happens. So I still think 2 new countries is pretty good. Okay, and the last goal was that I wanted to keep my TBR at 289 or lower, which is where I was sitting at the end of March. I didn't do this. I think that is probably unsurprising considering that I've read 22 books this year. It did not stay that low. So I have read 22. I have unhauled 25 books this year, so that's kind of good. But I've bought 63. I knew this was going to be a big year for book buying because I had Babe at the end of May and also Rare is coming up in October. So I knew that I was going to buy a lot of books. And I had hoped to keep my TBR under that 300. That's not happened. I am sitting at 327 post Babe, which is the highest it's been in a while, but yeah, we're not gonna focus on that right now. We're gonna think about some other things. So let's talk about quarter 3 goals. Keeping the main reading goal at 50. By the end of this quarter, I need to have read 38 books in total. So I have 16 to read. I've had a pretty good reading month already in July. So I'm hoping that this will be doable in this quarter, and I think I'm going to make it to 50 by the end of the year, even if I do think I will have to squeeze some short reads in in the last quarter, because I work retail, and obviously from October on it's Christmas in retail world. So I will need to, I'll need to sneak some short books in there, I think. But that is for quarter 4. For quarter 3, I think I can manage the 16, keeping in mind that I have already read a couple. Next, I want to read 5 books from my Babe haul, so that I am reading the things that I bought, but I'm also including in this list the books that I bought at Babe in 2023, because I still have about, I think it's something like either 16 or 20 of these left that I haven't read yet. So these 5 books could be from either that haul in 2023 or the ones that I bought this year in May. Just, I want to read 5 of them and move 5 off my TBR. And ideally I would love to read more, but keeping in mind that I also need to read things for Rare, we're just going to see. I thought 5 was a reasonable number that made a little bit of a dent in the haul, but wasn't too over ambitious. So yeah, there's that. Obviously another goal is to read and decide on my pre-orders for Rare. I have a couple of authors that I know I am pre-ordering from, and a couple that I need to buy, but I haven't really had the time to read everything that I want to yet. So I really need to get on that this month and in August, ahead of the event at the very start of October. Last goal that I want to set is TBR related, of course, because that's what it's what I'm trying to eventually get to, is having that smaller TBR, never 0, but smaller. Not setting myself a number. What I'm actually doing is a good old book buying pause. Not a ban, a pause. So that's going to be from now until probably just before Rare. This does exclude books that I'm going to buy for Rare, because those are ones that like I have a deadline for almost, because I want to have them for the event so I can get them signed. So it will exclude those, but otherwise I won't be buying anything between now and October. Knowing me, and also the fact that I will be with Angel, I will likely buy things at Rare, because that just always happens. I always end up buying something, especially with Angel, because we really enable each other when it comes to buying books. It's kind of ridiculous, but we have a good time. That's what matters. So I know I'm probably going to buy things. It's also rare this year is a couple of days before my 30th birthday. So I might buy myself some books to celebrate somehow surviving 30 years. Gonna be honest with you, didn't think it would happen. But here I am, almost at 30, and yeah, I honestly might buy myself some things to celebrate that. Whether that's books or yarn, I don't know yet, we'll see. But in the meantime, we're gonna pause on buying books. I feel like I say this every time, but I really do not have the room for more books. And I'm also trying to like reorganize my shelves at the moment. And so I need to pause the buying so I can have the shelves looking nice, and then slowly make some room as I read things and inevitably unhaul things. And so I need to pause the buying. I think that is everything that I have planned for the next 3 months. I said in my knitting version of this video that this year has not really worked out how I thought it would. There were certain things that I thought would come to pass that haven't. And I don't really know. I don't know. At the start of the year, I had this idea of, okay, these are the kind of big changes that are going to happen this year in my life. And for various reasons, most of those things haven't worked out, which is fine. You know, it happens like that. And but it does mean that I don't know what the rest of the year will look like. I have some expectations of what might happen, but we never really know, do we? So I'm trying to be kind to myself with goals, and I also want to keep in mind that I want to be enjoying things again. There was a really long time there where I wasn't enjoying my hobbies. I was really struggling to read, and I mean, I still do. I'm still not reading, you know, as much as I used to. But I'm slowly getting back into enjoying like blogging and writing, and I mean, I enjoy doing my videos and everything like that. And so I am trying to keep my goals fun and enjoyable for the rest of the year so that I can enjoy doing the things that I once loved doing, and that I think that I will continue to love doing once I can kind of get back into things. So we'll see how the rest of the year goes, and hopefully it's an okay year when all is said and done. But for now, I will see you all next time. I honestly don't know what my next video is going to be or when it will be. I'm just rolling with the punches. When I get things out, when things happen, they happen. And trying to force myself to stick to a schedule is not helpful right now. So I'll just see you when I see you. And I don't know, we'll see what video that is at the time. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're doing super well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.